Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking all of the Star Wars movies. Also this is in order as best as I can do it, because before it's like really spread out and everything, so we're just going to rank them on S to F to... Right, starting up, we have got The Force Awakens. So, people always say that not Force Awakens, The Phantom Menace even. I'm stupid. Right, so a lot of people say The Phantom Menace is a terrible movie. Well, not terrible movie, but lower down on their rating. Their like ranking of the tier list. Now, I like the movie. I like how they had Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, and young Obi-Wan. I'm not a huge fan of how they did Anakin though. I'm not a huge fan of like really young children and kid in like movies. I'm fine with like people who are like, I don't know, like 13 and over, but it's fine still. It's fine. Jake Lloyd. I think that's the actor of Anakin, younger one. I think he did quite a good job. They did quite well with the feed attack and the Gungan battle. Like that was probably the largest scale battle they did up until that point. Um, in 1999. Wait, when did it actually come out? Let me have a look. When? Oh, when did the Phantom Menace come out? I've spat that wrong, haven't I? 1999. So, for me personally, I would put it probably low B tier, but I think I'll just pop it at the top as C. Good movie, in my opinion. Right, let's move on now. So how long did I spend on that one? Right, 3 minutes. This shouldn't be too long. So we got Attack of the Clones now. Let me just think about good things that they did. The Geonosian fight was good. That was good. With also, it was like slow paced. I don't really like the romantic scenes with Padme and Anakin. It's like they don't, in my opinion, they don't really need that for the story, really. Um, but yeah. Good things they did was the Count Dooku versus Obi-Wan and Anakin fight, the Geonosian fight with the arena, and the first battle of Geonosis with the clones being introduced. They did Obi-Wan going to Kamino and then Geonosis good. They did Yoda versus Dooku good. They did a couple things that I didn't really like though. It was really slow paced. Like it was like most of the action was at the end of the movie. Unlike Phantom Menace, where it was like a bit more spread out. So, in my opinion, Attack of the Clones probably goes. We'll pop in Dieter. Not my most favourite one yet. Right, so we have the Clone Wars movie, which was to kind of promote the show when it was first coming out. So, this I watched once. I was not a huge fan, however. So the show, in my opinion, it was like alright. The show's like really good, but like I don't really think they needed this. I suppose to introduce Ahsoka and stuff, which was fine. I would personally put it. It's quite good. It had quite a lot of action. We'll pop it at the top of Sita. Now, we have Revenge of the Sith. To be honest, I don't think they did a singular thing bad. I don't think I can name one bad thing about it. So, we're talking about the actual movie, not any deleted scenes. So, with Revenge of the Sith, what they did very well was execute all the 66. They did all the battles, like, they actually showed some of the battles, but not many. But the Utapau one was good. The Kashyyyk one was good. Most of it was good. I'm going to pop it in S. Oh, sorry. But, it was a good movie overall. It had, Anakin becoming Darth Vader. Very good. The destruction of the Jedi Order. Good. Right, moving on. Rogue One. I think Rogue One, it's necessary to understand how they got the Death Star plans in The Force Awakens. Not Force Awakens. A New Hope, even. Not Force Awakens. Oh my god, I'm getting so confused. I've just started watching Star Wars movies again. But yeah, Rogue One did that very well. I like we got introduced to all of these characters for the first time ever in Star Wars, and they just killed them off in the first. Like, we just spent an hour or an hour and a half on, learning about these characters and then just kill them off. But the Battle of Scarif, is it, was very good. And the hallway scene with Darth Vader, that was good as well. That was very good. So I think Rogue One for me goes probably beta, like top of beta. Now we have the Solo movie. Now, here's the thing. With Solo, it paints a picture that Han Solo is somebody who would, risk his life for a greater cause. Now, the entire point of A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi was, up until Return of the Jedi, he was, well, in A New Hope, he was like scum and villainy. He was that type of person who, wouldn't sacrifice himself to go and, well, he might, but not for the greatest cause. But in this, it paints that he would do that. So, in my opinion, it goes D tier. It's alright movie, but not the best. Right, finally, a nice movie. Well, actually, no, both of those are quite good movies. I've watched both. I've watched all of these, actually. So now we have A New Hope. The first Star Wars movie ever made, I think. Yeah, it was. So that came out in... When did A New Hope come out? My mouse is sliding because I'm not on a steady surface. When was A New Hope release? God, I'm just gonna pop this on my lap actually. 29th of January 1978, so that was a long time ago. But the visual effects of it are very good for its time. They'll look back at that in a, well, isn't it like next year it's its 50-year anniversary? No. No, that's 2 years from now. Yeah, 2 years from now, that's the 50-year anniversary. So, it's a good movie. It introduces Darth Vader very well, like he's a scary guy. And it shows the Empire well. And it shows Han Solo that, actually kind of goes on a journey there, because he helps the rebellion in the end. And it shows all the characters, the development and stuff. That goes definitely A tier for me. Now we have Empire Strikes Back. Well, actually, you know what? With A New Hope, I'll just finish this off real quick. The starting scene is the most iconic scene in Star Wars, in my opinion. you just imagine that if you think of Star Wars. In my opinion, I mostly think that. All the epic lightsaber duels. And that changed all the cinema, I think. Obviously, we saw that fight on board the ship. It was actually quite a good fight as well. Also the Death Star getting blown up. Yeah. Right, so now we have The Empire Strikes Back. So we get introduced to Yoda here and his training on like Luke. And he goes to Dagobah and he starts on Hoth, he goes to Dagobah because Obi-Wan tells him to go there. So, Empire Strikes Back, they did Hoth very well. Han Solo getting throws in Carbonite, I think they did that quite well. They introduced Boba Fett as well. The Hoth battle, in my opinion, is one of the most iconic battles in Star Wars. It's like you would not think about Rey and Kylo Ren's duel on the second Death Star on that planet they're on. I don't even know what the planet's called. But on a second, little side tangent here. I want to tell you a quick story. So basically, it's this person, right? I won't say where it was, but basically I overheard this kid basically talk about Star Wars, and he said his most favourite character is Poe Dameron. And with Poe Dameron, how is he your most favourite character? It's either you don't appreciate the originals, or the prequels, or you've just seen sequels. That's it, right? Empire Strikes Back. Back to that. Also, they show Han and Leia's relationship very well. Also, they did the Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker do very well. We'll pop this S tier in my opinion. We have Return. Actually, we'll pop it at top of A tier. So we got Return of the Jedi now. Sorry, I'm having to be a bit quieter because my parents are trying to sleep. Oh, they not. Oh, I thought they were. So I thought, is he like I pointed the sleeping motion to you? Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. So Return of the Jedi. It shows Luke after he's had his training with Yoda and Yoda dying and stuff, and he comes to save Leia, Han, Chewie, and that type, and all of those people. And then he turns Darth Vader back to the light side, kind of, for a short, brief time until he dies. But they did it very well. Like the Endor fight with the Ewoks and stuff, that was good. I won't pop it at the top of S tier, but I'll pop it just below. Now we've got the 3 worst movies in Star Wars. The 3 worst movies ever. Wait, I'll do a ranking of this with my brother, but we have to both agree on it. So we've got Force Awakens, the best out of all of them in my opinion. We'll pop it at the bottom of D tier. Yeah, 7th. So a good thing they did here was introducing all the characters and bringing back Han Solo and Chewie. Bad things they did, killing off Han Solo, but Harrison Ford wanted to die. That's fair. That's completely fair from him. They fulfilled his wishes. They did Chewbacca well, but the thing I hate about it is they did Han Solo so dirty. He spent all of 4, 5, and 6, becoming a better person. And then to just go back to his old ways. It's like, dude, why would you do that? Actually, you know what? I'm going to bump these 2 up, actually. Oh, because I'll have 2 in each, actually. Actually, you know what? Nah, let's keep it the same. But, yeah, so we get introduced to the worst Mary Sue character ever. She picks up a lightsaber the first time, and miraculously can use the Force after Luke had to go to Dagobah to train. No, he didn't. Wait, no, he didn't. He learned how to use the Force because his father had 2,000 midichlorians. Because Qui-Gon says that when he's a child, when Anakin's a child on Tatooine. But that's when he was younger, so he probably had more. But you know, his father was force sensitive, and most children under Jedi, even though there weren't many, you know, were force sensitive. Actually, that might be the first one actually. So she, apparent to make it all make sense, to basically go like, oh yeah, her grand great grandfather is the Emperor, which is introduced in this, I think. And apparently the Emperor's all of this stuff, and they bring him back to life and stuff. Just to that crap. And she kills him, of course. So yeah. So, now we've got Last Jedi, the worst movie ever created in Star Wars history. Shh. Tell my brother to shush. So, Kylo Ren and Rey's fight in the throne room. That's cool, because it shows no, not Luke Skywalker, Rey and Kylo teaming up for the first time. Other than Ventress and Obi-Wan, first one in movie history for light side and dark side to, you know, team up together. But then, you know, that all completely goes to shambles because the fight's terrible because their weapons keep disappearing because they want it so the characters don't die instead of going back through it and then, redoing the scene. They just post it like that and just edit out the weapon. Like, mate, we can see that if you slow it down, or I noticed that. I think my first time watching, I may have not, but I notice it every time I see that clip now. Probably the least liked scene in Star Wars, and also, it introduces so many new force powers, like holding a lightsaber and then turning it on. But Snoke, why did they kill off Snoke? Who's supposed to be a scary villain in The Force Awakens. And, climactic, and then he gets killed off in Last Jedi. Right, so, also The Force Awakens, we have Kylo Ren, kind of a cool villain to begin with, could be the next Starfighter. Nope, they literally ruin that by the end of The Force Awakens, so that's where it's in Bomber D. So I think that's really it. There's a lot more worse scenes. Oh, also the Luke Skywalker Force Across the Galaxy hologram thing. Like, mate, we don't need that. We don't need a new force power and stuff. We've already got enough new ones with you learning how to use the force and stuff, right? Like, we don't need another one that doesn't even make sense. And also, I think it's in The Last Jedi where Rey just uses her hand, uses the force, and glides across, like, an entire solar system. Like, mate, why? Right, anyway, on to the second worst movie. So, Rise of Skywalker. Do I even have to explain this? It's like the other one, except for Kylo Ren's a lot more emo because he adds red things to his thing, and also to do my boy Finn dirty in this and this. He could be the next Jedi in this one, but on these two, he's just a background character. Of course. So, and then they have the audacity to have General Hux say, "I'm the spy." Like, mate, you killed billions of people in the last movie. Like, I think even... Wait a second. Don't search General Hux destroy... I thought it blew up Coruscant. Ah, they did the new Republic's Hossian Prime system, which was the capital at the time. Coruscant itself remained under Imperial control on the planet, was not obliterated in the events. Okay, so you know what? Never mind, doesn't matter, because apparently Coruscant did not get blown up. I thought it did. Yeah. So, he blew up so many planets. and says the last day in the Republic and stuff, and then, and then apparently he's the secret spy. Like, mate, why did you not just have him, not do that in the first place? Like, what are they thinking? Maybe just don't even have him in that room and have a different person in the room saying, I'm the spy. It's like, mate. Alright, guys, that's it for my ranking. As you can see, this is my ranking, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.